Weird.
Trees.
Okay. Well, what's in here?
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most.
Yeah, there are
reaching
several.
out.
A few of my
For a
friends.
year straight,
I mean,
he
like,
asked me
I know a
every
lot of
week when we were going
trans
camping.
couples that are EMTs too.
I thought he was just
Saving
dense.
lives.
Yeah.
Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block
career
campfire
that was
at the
non-functional
site
for
we've
me.
always used before.
Like, very non-functional.
We walked
like,
down
that was
the mountain
such a bad
path,
idea.
talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window.
What was he saying about obsidian?
I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set,
It's just
my
pretty.
dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6.
Where's that
I hadn't even
third
carved
blinky
it.
light?
My dad had helped me, but I still
Neat.
called it my tree.
You know,
Something about
Ember
seeing
was
my
telling
name
us
there
something
made
really
me
cool
open
about
up,
obsidian.
and we talked about
about it?
everything
So,
that
you know,
night
like
in
the
that old
obsidian's
camouflage
glass.
tent.
It's
I told him how much I
glass,
love sketching and design,
and
and how it would be
apparently
a
you can,
dream
you
to
can
study
get a chunk of
architecture in
obsidian
Seattle.
and
I told him how I didn't
work
get
it
along
in
with
the
my friends
torch
much
and anneal it.
anymore, but that
So,
I
like,
didn't mind
you
being
can
alone.
make, you know, like
He told me he was there for me,
stuff out of obsidian.
and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a
Ember's
tree
one
to
of my
finally
friends.
get
She
me to
does,
talk,
glass
he would have
art.
left me carved logs
quite
with
an
novels
amazing
on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why
Yeah, but
it
yeah,
took
she
me
was
that long to
telling me
realize
all
it,
about it, and I was like, whoa.
but it was then
that
I knew
is
how much he'd
wicked.
sacrificed for
It'd
me.
be really fun to play with, you know, like something that's wholly natural, right?
Right. Volcanically created glass. It's impressive.
Yeah, I used to find chunks of that when we lived in Oregon.
Wow. What volcano is in Oregon?
I want to say it was Mount St. Helens.
I guess it could have come from there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, so
I'm not
like,
from the area.
so the Pacific Northwest is a part of that. I think they call it the Ring of Fire or something.
Oh, volcanic ridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like it's like where one of the continental plates meets, but they have a few. I mean, there's what was it, Crater Lake? It's kind of
No,
in that area.
stuck. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep just like rambling about random stuff.
It's fine.
Oh, you found it!
Hey, third thingy.
See?
I did. I waited till it went down to the hole.
So what did that do?
I don't know. There's no explanation here.
That's confusing.
But at least I have it. Just in case something else needs it,
You leveled up your fox.
I guess.
You got
I don't know what these do either. I don't...
plus 2,000 foxy power.
Ooh.
Like what's going on here?
I don't know. These are pieces of dreams, I guess. Who knows?
Oh, the fireflies and all the
So
pretty
many
stuff.
pretties. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
Maybe there's like an action you can do on that.
I'm glowing very brightly, though. I'm glowing like Mr. and Mrs. Fox when Mrs. Fox got pregnant in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is so fun.
So that was the first movie Chip and I saw together. Like
That was
the
a good
first
one.
movie. Like it had come out, and he took me to this because he'd actually in a strange twist of fate, despite my obsession with film and everything, he'd seen it before I had.
Yep.
And he was like, you have to see this, because, you know, like, he had a movie poster and stuff. And we have this tiny little boutique theater here called Kimball's. And it's like, it's an old-timey theater. And, like, he takes me over there. We go and see it, and that was kind of like our first big date. You know, like we saw Fantastic Mr. Fox, and
It's a pretty good movie.
yeah, it was a pretty fantastic movie. Well, actually, that wasn't our first date. That was the first movie we saw together.
I guess it was. Yeah. Well, I saw a story element over there. There's a big rock and like a cliff or something. I am not sure. There's no way I can make it over there. Alright, let's go get the story element.
Head towards the story element and see what it does.
Okay, let's go see what the story does.
Yeah, I think that's my. I mean, like, obviously the game is very kind of like explorative and stuff. But, like, I mean, my only complaint with it is that it lacks a little bit on the direction side. I mean,
I wish there was a waypoint system that would have helped a little bit.
I mean, can you use like M to open up a map or something?
I don't think so. Nope. I don't even know how to save the game either. I think I have to open the menu.
Interesting.
So, hopefully I don't lose my progress. Alright, let's go up the hill. Not slide. Stop sliding. Okay. Nope. Alright. Up. And here we are.
Instruction manual for this game. Just play it.
Yeah.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens.
What is it?
We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of
It's a
acres
map.
we lived on, just to pass the time during the summer. He
You-
was only
you would
free in the
map
evenings,
stuff out to
so I would
pass
spend the day
time?
wasting time
I
on
guess
dial-up internet
Alaska
and
needs
sketching,
maps.
and then
I
we
mean,
would rush
like-
into the woods, pen and map in hand.
That
before
sounds
evening
rather
fell.
tedious.
Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow
He
on the
did pass the time.
mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind,
See,
though.
I was always
There's
really
nothing wrong with
reclusive
wanting to
as a
get out,
kid.
to leave your
I
childhood
didn't want to be
home.
around people.
You wanted to
like,
progress, to
Yeah,
make something of
it's
yourself.
true.
Yeah, you're right.
I had like
That
I had that
house.
husky, and like
I'm sure
we
it's
just
the
like
same as how I
like
left it.
I like my parents
Then
got
why
me
does
a
it
dog,
feel so different?
and that was like my friend.
I
My
doubt
friend
you're
was
the
my
only
dog.
adult to have looked back
Yeah.
and asked
I
that
mean,
question.
it's an okay friend. I mean, like
He was a good dog.
he was derpy and loud and shedded too much and like and everything you can expect from a silly husky. And
Oh, for sure. This is a lot like No Man's Sky graphics.
did I ever show you the? My dad used to like use his cross country skis, and he would like attach Smokey. So Smokey was my husky to his belt via a leash, and like have him haul him through the snow, and it was like the weirdest thing in the world to see.
I bet Smokey loved
Oh,
pulling.
he adored it. Like
That's
he,
probably his favorite thing in the world is pulling.
yeah, that dog. I mean, husky, right? You know, like sled dog, and like
Ooh.
no
My
interest
dad
in
built a lot of stuff in his
not
free time.
pulling.
If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom
It
Clancy
is a
novels,
birdhouse.
he was carving something.
Hmm.
He made tons of birdhouses.
Birdhouses.
Not that he was into bird watching.
Quite
I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own
You ever play
house,
the Rainbow
he
Six
would have
games?
to settle with watching
I
birds.
played one
move
of
into their
them.
little homes. We kept
The
an
one I
old
played was
mattress in
very
the bed of
strange
that
and
ugly
confusing,
yellow truck.
and it had
So we would
all
drive it
these
deep into
different
the
like
woods
layouts you had
and
to
watch the
plan.
birds fly into their
So you had
houses
to
while the
plan
sun set.
how you would raid.
Usually it
it
was accompanied by
Yeah,
venison
that's.
jerky.
Oh yeah,
or
you
cold
played
Coke,
the Rainbow Six.
but not a lot of talking,
It wasn't
which is how we
fun
both
for
liked
me.
it.
I always kind of found them to be just a little on the tedious side.
Right. It's for someone who's very obsessed with tactics, and so it didn't make like a game you could just pick up and play.
It's the overly
It's-
realistic SWAT team simulator where you have to
Yeah.
have meetings and fill out
You had to have
paperwork.
meetings, and
Like-
it's basically that, though. That's what it was.
You have to check out the rifle, and then you have to
You have to, like, analyze each rifle and its specs. And
field strip it, and then like put it back together and go into the room.
I didn't have the patience.
No, I totally know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like trying to get into those because I mean the first, my little brother really loved. I think it was called Splinter Cell or something. Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
it was like a spy kind of espionage sort of thing, and I don't know. It was not as tedious as the other games, but still kind of weird.
Right. Where do I go? I got all 3 dots of
Well,
light.
you got the jumpies, and
I got the jumpy dots.
you
I
got.
I
I
got
think you've
some
already been
stories.
here. I feel like you have to go over the mountain or something.
There's that barn I was at. Yeah, there's gotta be a way over or through the mountains, I think.
So left.
Whew. Okay, let's go left.
You're a very small fox in a very big world.
This is a very big world, and it's a lot of foxtrotting around.
I mean, you know, like this is no different than our everyday life. You just kind of wander.
Wander for hours through
See, I have to like
fields.
keep like a GPS tracker on Chip whenever I go into a store because he just like wanders off. It's like amazing. Like I'll be like, oh wait, whoa, turn around. What is that?
It looks like a crib, or
A cage.
looks like a baby crib. I didn't listen to the whole story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure it included that detail. I'm on top of a hill now. Maybe there's something I can see from up here. Ooh.
Yeah, that looks like Garden of the Gods sandstone.
Sure does.
Kind of out of place.
Alright, let's survey all that we can see. Yeah, I really can't tell. I mean,
I think you need to keep going that way.
this way looks alright.
Yeah, just keep going that way. I mean, like you're.
There's some little points of light that I couldn't get before, and I think I missed those.
No, this is new.
I'll go through.
Yeah, so
here.
go through the valley thing over there. Figuring out a game without instructions is always kind of like.
I still don't know what any of the elements do besides the power-ups.
Okay, so like.
Oh, here it is. Maybe just go towards these vines now that I have all 3 thingies. What happens? Oh yeah, I think this is it. Look at that. And what's up here?
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong.
Is that a wolf? Okay,
My
that's
dad
like a
is dead,
fantastic Mr. Fox thing. You
and he's
remember the
never
wolf
coming
off in the
back,
distance, and
Rachel.
it's just
I
like.
know.
I can tell you these
No!
stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to
Perpetrator.
have. I can
Right
never
here.
talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry. For everything.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
You terrible perpetrator, wolf. You're a bad wolf.
Laughs are bad.
Whoa! Oh no, oh no.
Um,
What is going on? Oh my goodness, I am falling over all these boulders. That's pretty. I'm not getting any shards. There, I got one. Okay. Oh no. Where'd the wolf go? I need to teach him some justice.
you're going to teach a wolf justice.
I'm gonna be the Punisher.
The Punisher. You know, that's probably a thing in the fandom, and I am sure that that exists somewhere.
You killed fox babies.
Oh god.
Gotta go get him now.
Yeah.
You Judge Dredd.
You Judge Dredd. Okay, that film is kind of a guilty pleasure. Like, don't hate me for saying this, but I actually kind of really like the new one. Like, it was a very satisfying film from a remake of an 80s action film standpoint. Like, it wasn't great, but it was very true to the genre.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's just kind of like quasi-revenge, like brutal, like whatever. Like,
Yeah.
oh god.
It's pretty.
What was your favorite 80s action film?
What is it? It's probably an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. The one where his memory is erased. What's that?
Oh! Wait, Total Recall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Total Recall.
I love Total Recall.
I really enjoy Total Recall. That was fun.
I like his, like,
It's
drag
just-
outfit thing.
It's
That's
just really funny. It's silly.
That's a film that didn't need to be remade, because, like, this,
Yeah,
nothing
why-
can top that
Why would
ridiculousness.
you remake something that's kind of gold for being just the right combination of action and silly?
See, that was when that genre really started to devolve into comedy, and it's just like, I think, like, everybody kind of knew it was silly, and so they
Right.
just let it be silly.
It was great. I loved it.
That's such a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh yeah.
I really liked, so, like, my favorite, like, serious one was Die Hard.
Oh, Die Hard.
Yeah, just because it was just, like, it was kind of, like, over the top, but also, like, really kind of, like, smart-assy, kind of, you know, like, action.
Good night.
And then, what was the, is it the one where they, like he, it's, Sylvester Stallone in the future, and, like, Taco Bell's, like, the only restaurant, and, like, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. That's right.
That film is, like...
So I heard that the restaurant, the only restaurant in the film, changes depending on your region. So in some regions, it's Pizza Hut, which is the same company as Taco Bell, but
Wait. What?
yeah. So in some versions of the film, the only restaurant is Pizza Hut instead of Taco Bell.
I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Yeah, you should.
That sounds delightfully weird, because that film was like...
The film was pretty weird.
Like, I think that really kind of carried the genre into obscurity. And, like, yeah. I don't know how I got us on the topic of 80s action films. I was just like...
Well, one of the story points was that his dad enjoyed Tom Clancy novels.
Oh, yeah, that is a very...
What is this?
Oh, that is so pretty.
Wow. That's cool. I really
Are you
like
on
this.
water?
Yeah.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and
That
I
is
know you need space,
mesmerizingly
but
gorgeous.
I'm here for you.
Like,
You don't need to feel so lost.
I do kind of feel
Joseph?
lost here.
Have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Oh, she's leading the way. Now we get to hear her story. It's a deer.
oh my god, this is so beautiful.
Let's go. Okay. Is her spirit animal a deer? But
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood.
paper cranes.
What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
Look at that.
I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property
Look at that
line,
coon,
wait at the fence
raccoon
for
here,
me, but only once
in
in
an
a while.
elephant backpack.
I was sure to
and
check
dog
every
biscuits.
day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment.
I think they are
I would
furries.
even steal money from my passed out
I'm just gonna
dad
say they're
just so I
furries
could buy
because
these
I
I mean-
off-brand dog
furries. I mean,
biscuits.
It's very similar to how we are.
Even when she did stop by,
Yeah.
she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared?
Okay.
So that's a deer? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a doe. A female deer.
I think my dad was
Right.
the opposite of your dad in
Tropical
almost
sun.
every way. Except he was in
Sorry,
the
I-
military as well.
My mom's
He
favorite
coped
movie
with
was Sound of
alcohol.
Music. Like, I can't help
The
it.
trailer
I know.
started falling
That's why I
apart.
said it.
He got angry and I withdrew.
That's great.
More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami
Oh,
birds
yeah.
and carried talk biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids.
Yep.
And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so
I
drawn to
love the
you.
reflections of...
Life got worse and worse. And at one point,
Wait, what is that?
I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still
Well,
Is that
intact.
a drawing?
I had
It's
no
like
real friends,
art
let
on a
alone
wooden
neighbors,
palette.
since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed.
That must be the shed
Something
door.
I can't put into words.
This is like so insanely relaxing for me.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike.
Huh.
I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family.
Aw.
And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
Ooh.
You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's
What?
all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of
Oh
my
my
reach.
god, this game
The
is
thought of
so
being a parent
beautiful.
myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads pass
This
us
kind of
by.
reminds me of like one of those.
And we'll
kind of,
forge
like,
a new
weird
road
experimental
together.
films.
Yeah.
Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns in
You know what
this,
make
but
this amazing?
it always leads to the same thing.
What?
If there's an option to have it
What's
narrated
that?
in Werner Herzog's voice.
Oh no. that'd be kind of fun.
That you're part
That
of
make
my
me, I
family.
mean, it is his kind of thing. I mean,
And I'm
like,
glad you're part of
like the
mine.
dialogue, all this,
Oh,
like,
look at this. Oh, it's a herd of deer. And please
you are
don't beat me up.
significantly smaller.
Please don't beat me up. You're so big.
Wait,
I can walk on one. Nope. He has a very large hitbox.
oh, I thought you were gonna say rat.
Well, that too.
Sorry, bad joke. That wasn't.
What are they all doing here? living life and chilling, I guess.
They are doing what deers do. Nothing.
Eating and drinking. Alright, having
Yeah.
babies. Alright, let's go.
That was like one of my weird jobs. I had to like keep like the deer from eating our flowers.
Like a chore.
Yeah. Like that's the kind of chores you end up with when you live in the mountains. You know, like you gotta you chop wood,
Yeah, you chop lots of wood.
you move rocks,
You
and
move all
you
the
keep
rocks.
deer from eating the flowers. Like,
Yep. Sounds about right.
yeah, so exciting.
Oh man, look at this.
There was no shortage of rocks to move in the Rocky Mountains.
Of course. Alright, well, I think I explored that enough. Let's move on. I'm so low to the ground.
Foxes are the low riders.
Yeah.
All that style.
The grass is so tall.
Can't see above the grass.
This is a long ways. I have no idea what our progress is.
To be fair, like this isn't a game where I think that there is progress to be made. I feel like it's an experience. Like this game very much feels like less like a game and more like a visual novel, right? You're just kind of
A little bit,
exploring
Well,
the nature of the
it's a
human
better story.
mind.
It's a better game than Lioness' Story, where it was just Russians reading stuff.
I mean, Lioness' Story was gold. And it's... you are...
I'm stuck. I hate getting stuck on that weird angle. Alright.
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, that actually happened in real life, though? Like, you
just hit a certain angle.
yeah,
and
and
then
you just get
freeze.
stuck at that angle, and, like, you slide down
You
something.
freeze, and then you slowly slide backwards. It's like... Oh, boy. Well, you better not screw up here.
I mean, Lioness' Story was very lioness-y.
Well, it wasn't...
You gotta run and double jump. There you go.
This is very awkward. She kind of turns like a vehicle.
I know. I was noticing that. Her turning radius is
kind of like
is
driving
very
here.
angular.
She doesn't
like,
have a reverse either, which is she just kind of flips around. All right.
Foxes
There.
don't have a reverse gear. Noted.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I was noticing that too. Like watching it, she kind of just turns at a funny angle.
Yeah. All right.
Don't mess this one up.
Don't mess this up.
There you go.
All right. I think I'm safe. Okay. I don't think there's secrets in this game necessarily. It's just stuff to look at.
But I mean, like it's not like like Halo where you get one of the skulls and like all of a sudden it goes into ultra special legendary mode.
Oh man, was there one of those?
In a Fox game that's telling a weird story
in
about...
Halo.
Oh.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, like they...
I didn't care enough though.
I mean, like that was kind of like the game of like my high school was like Halo, right? And like, I mean, that and like, what Counter-Strike and Unreal Tournaments.
Yeah, Counter-Strike was big in my school.
And I'm like really like dating myself now because I'm like...
Yeah.
like,
and then CSGO came out, but by then I was in college and
Fox
had
knew her
way too
last
much
cub
stuff
would
to
be
do.
waiting for her at the
yeah.
first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter
This is
left.
a very high cliff.
Items from my life still dotted
It's
the ground
Tree
as she
of
moved
life.
closer to her destination.
Okay, let's
Destiny.
see if we can find a safe way
Right there.
to get down.
Yeah, see?
Oh man. I mean, I know I can't die, but I also don't want to miss out on... Nope. Okay. No going back. Whatever.
Well, maybe you can get like 1,000 butterflies.
Sounds tedious.
Puppy, do you want to come in? Hi. Diego says hi.
Aw, he's sniffing.
Yeah. We took a nice long nap. Diego's our dog. Since
Hey,
you
look
can't
at
see
that.
him.
Alright, Foxy, let's go. Up, up, yeah. Alright.
Get out of the trash.
Okay. This is some kind of cabin up here. I don't know. Oh, there's a thing. Let's see if you guys want to hear the story or watch me slide down the side of the mountain.
That's the rest of the story.
I hate this.
Is you being stuck at weird angles and like
Yeah.
sliding.
Oh my goodness. Why do I have to slide sideways?
So
Okay.
now I feel like is a good time to start analyzing the story of this. I'm kidding. I haven't been paying attention enough to even like.
No, you have not.
Pretty much every time they start talking, it reminds me of something, and then suddenly I'm like,
Yes,
and then
and then-
this thing, and like,
Then you have to talk about it, and then nobody can hear what the story is.
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't
oh
felt
yeah, I
in a long
remember the end of
time.
high school.
Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast
architecture.
and got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I
I'm
still
not going
wanted
back
to
up
see
there.
The dream world
be
of
the next
George
Alvaro
Costanza.
Caesar, and to make those
Oh,
thousands
yeah.
of sketches
He always
worth
wanted to be an
something
architect.
in my grand history.
You could never
Now
put
even
in the
an
work.
internship sounds impossible. Caesar helped me
That's
understand
kind of
how
less of a
essential
thing
emotion
anymore
is in
too, isn't it?
architecture. And he also
Yeah.
said light
Yeah,
is
we
the
know
real
one.
composer of space.
There's just very few
I like
jobs
to
that
think
need
these
that.
glints of light, like not finding a job, or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for.
Mhm.
Even if
Should
the
be
illuminated
thankful for
space
fox
is
dreams.
something I'm less than
I mean, I'm
comfortable
gonna
with.
go for foxes.
Yeah.
That's my foxes.
This is pretty. Let's see what's around this corner here. What is it? Is there anything at all? Any story? I'm just gonna slide down the hill.
The fox physics engine. You just slide onto everything. It's just
Foxes can climb trees,
not this fox.
but not this fox.
This fox just gets stuck on the side of the mountain at a weird angle.
Huh.
Like,
The terrain reminds me of Bryce 3D. We used to play with that all the time, but it was a sort of a terrain and planet generator back
I know.
in the days of 3D modeling.
exactly
Okay.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Power lines. Spools of cable. Let's see what's over towards the cabin. Or is it a school? I can't tell. At least the sky is blue.
Everything's very desaturated.
Yeah. He said we were getting close to the end.
End of what?
Well, nobody knows. She is trying to find her cubs, though.
Well, she found 2 of them.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a very unpleasant discovery. I don't
Sad.
like seeing animals hurt or anything like to do with like
I know,
like
right?
dead animals. It's just like
So sad.
remember when we saw that bird get hit by the car? Like, I ended up, like, crying after that. Like, I was just so upset by that. Like,
yeah.
My dad was super supportive with my college plans. To a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there.
Oh, no.
My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved.
That sounds
It
awful.
devastated him. Not only did it hurt the business,
I see, up into the
but it
right.
just freaked him
Yeah,
out.
let me get on this hill
He
and
would talk in his
observe what's
sleep,
around here.
muttering
real quick.
things about
As opposed
firing
to back
people
into
and
the
saying
left.
sorry.
Yeah.
One fateful day, he approached me. Said
There's
that since my
another
school search wasn't going
element
well,
over here.
I should finally
and-
be a man
Well, you're closer
and
to
take
that
over the
then.
family
Go for that.
business.
Alright.
He
I don't know
said
if I
one day he was
can,
going to
actually.
die, and that all of
See
his
what's
work,
around it.
sacrifice, and even that man's
I
life would
think
be
I am going
wasted
to have
in
to go
vain.
towards the story element.
I just lost
You know
it.
something
Teenage
weird?
me
They
just
like introduced.
exploded
Speaking
at
of
the
elements,
thought.
they introduced like
I screwed up.
butterflies
I
as a
said
game
things I
mechanic,
shouldn't
and then
have.
they took them away.
He was having a
Did you notice
crisis,
that?
and I pretty much spit in his face.
I was expecting more of that.
Me too. I felt like they were kind of like, "Hey, by the way, you can do this thing."
Yeah, there's no way I can get up there.
I'm sure there is.
Well,
I mean, I think you
I
have to
could
go
glitch through it, I guess, but that sounds exhausting.
Well, I mean, not necessarily glitch through it, but I mean, like I think you can go around. There's probably a path up there.
Maybe. There's also a story over here. We'll go see what's around.
Sorry, I don't mean to be like. I'm just like, go up the cliff.
Yeah, well.
You have to go up the cliff. Okay, I think
Okay.
Diego, like, ate something bad again.
Oh,
He keeps farting. It's disgusting.
nobody wants to hear about that.
I'm sorry. This is our chill
Does it-
stream.
Does everybody really want to hear about that? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. Let's see. Hey, there is a cabin, though. We can get to this. Look.
All of these memories, reminders from a time when having a shelter in the woods was all that mattered. Now the house is a tomb, ready to be abandoned and taken by the elements.
It's not a tomb yet, but it can always be a memorial if you let it.
Okay.
That's a depressing thought.
I'm not gonna get in this door, am I? Okay.
Well, I mean, you're a fox. Foxes can't open doors.
Nope.
Go creep in and look in the window.
There's a few photos like that of foxes sneaking up to cabin windows and looking inside.
I mean, y'all are kind of insatiably curious, but like,
Yep. And should I climb on the house?
well, I mean, if you feel the need to.
Oh my gosh, I'm so small compared to this roof.
And you're really small people now.
Oh, okay.
Foxes are short. I'm teasing.
Let's get going.
Yeah.
Into that rain.
I was just thinking, like, I want a nice warm cup of tea right now. Every time it's raining, I just love to drink tea.
It's kind of wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so relaxing. It almost reminds me of Oregon, you know? Like it's kind of just cold and, like, rainy and overcast.
But it's so green there.
And you know, like, you sneak into, like, a cafe and like, get a cup of coffee or some tea.
You sneak into it.
Well, not sneak into it.
Sneaking into coffee shops.
Well, yeah, oh, God.
Well, someone left their hospital bed out in the middle of the woods. Get well. That nurse is kind of disturbing. Get well soon, we miss you. And she has a gigantic needle.
That's horrifying.
That's not a very good joke card. Well, let's go.
This is a really dark story for a game about foxes.
Well, it's his parallel dream. Let's see. Oh, there's some sparkles. Some sparkles. What are they doing here? Are they gonna try to get me to jump off the cliff?
So, what I don't understand in this game, I mean, obviously there's stuff that you pick up and do.
Right.
But...
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. Didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited.
So I think you need to go behind
I think the last
you.
conversation we had was about what movies
Yeah, so
we'd
like you're
seen,
collecting
what
all
exactly
this stuff.
a best boy is. in the
These are
credits.
more like
I thought he'd
markers.
be
on
here
where
so
to
much
be.
longer.
I don't really. Is it really worth it? I don't know. They don't tell me.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, is the goal to get to 100? What happens with all these? Why do we get them?
Yeah, that would have been nice to know. Maybe I just missed it. I'm not sure.
I mean, like, do you need to get a certain number to get through a portion of the level? Is it like...
Nobody knows.
Well, there's a tree. I wonder if that's the first tree.
I hope so. That would be really interesting.
I mean, how would you know if it's the first tree to begin with?
Who knows?
Yeah.
It'd be like that massive cluster of aspen trees. It's really just one tree. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That wolf. Why? That's so sad. And she's sad.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on Earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
That looks like one of those African trees, the baobabs or whatever they call them.
Oh yeah.
I totally just butchered the name of that tree.
It's okay. I don't remember what it's called either.
I just made up a word.
I don't have a memory for this kind of details, but poor Vixen.
That's
This is so
depressing
sad.
and like I am like actually legitimately sad because of this game now. And that dick of a wolf that was just like
Death Wolf.
yeah, Death Wolf, jeez.
Goodness sakes. Well, let's go to the tree.
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
really far down.
Right on.
I just got to climb on the root. I can't run or jump anymore. I think she's just too depressed.
I can sympathize.
Yeah. Be helpful if I could jump at the least. Let's try to go up. Poor Vixen, so sad.
That's so sad.
What happens here? Where do I go?
I think you have to.
Such a big tree. Well, I guess we can say goodbye. I guess the number of light points is the number of things we can say. Or characters we can type.
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
That's sweet.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
Well, I think we hit the ending here. So,
That's so sad.
at least he got to tell his story and dream about a fox.
Well, that was obscenely heavy.
Aww. At least there's pause. But we made it through a game that was barely explained. Oh, there's more. What is this?
I think this is a good stopping point.
Oh boy. Well, let's see.
Wait.
Oh no. Are we in that house?
You're a person.
Oh, we're gonna have breakfast, just like I predicted. It's just a guy who is sleeping. Okay. Well, this is a surprise. What do we do? Oh my goodness, the mouse is way more sensitive now.
Wait.
Okay. Clearly they're moving. Let's go outside and see if there's a fox. And there's, goodness sakes, you left your moving truck open. Don't leave your truck out there overnight. You gotta close it. iTruck. It's like the iPhone. Mini truck.
I'm confused.
Let's drive. Can we drive?
Wait, so
Let's drive away.
here, I think this is a good stopping point.
All right.
Let's here, hit escape and see if we can save.
No.
I think it auto saves.
I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll just say goodbye from here, and maybe we'll pick this up later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed our little playthrough and enjoyed its relaxing environmental nature of 80s films and whatever else.
Running around as a little fox.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at this beautiful vista. And see you all later. Bye.
Bye.